Hi there, thanks for joining me for this week's video. And this week's video is quite interesting because I got this as a text question when I was recently keynoting with a group and talking about how in the past performance reviews were almost used as a punitive tool. You know, in the past, if we look back at the 80s, 90s, it was that annual performance review. Your boss would give it to you. And in fact, if something happened 6 months ago, you never heard about it until you got your review. And then it was almost like this passive aggressive mention of something you did in the past. So I had mentioned this in one of my keynotes, and so I got a text question to this week's video, which was, well, why do we even need performance reviews? And I answered back to that person's text and said, we don't. Now, I know that's controversial for many of you because you're watching going, well, how do we track performance? Well, we actually move away from the past of an annual performance review. And what we move towards is what all of us wants anyway, which is real-time feedback. And there are many tools being used. I know there used to be a tool called Ripple, which was then taken over by Salesforce, which is about real-time feedback around what you're doing. And today with sentiment analysis and AI and automation, it's very easy to track performance as it relates to what's being inputted as data. And also with customer service, there's AI tracking customer sentiment. You can get real-time data on how you're doing to specific areas of jobs and tasks. So what we're really looking at now for leaders is how do we shift our mindset away from a performance review, whether it's annual, biannual, quarterly, and shift it more to a real-time daily alertness to what I call coaching opportunities. And so as a leader, if I'm working with you and I'm not going to wait till your performance review to tell you that I see an opportunity for you. I'm going to catch you right in that moment. And I'm going to say, great job in handling that client. Do more of that. And then also taking data daily and meeting with a team member at least weekly or every 2 weeks to say, hey, the data is showing that you're doing a great job. And observationally, I can see that you're doing this, 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 and this. Research has shown that as human beings, we respond more to real-time, relevant feedback than we do to an overall report that has lost relevancy because of time. And so really what we're looking for, why do we need performance reviews? We actually need coaching, real-time feedback, real-time support. We need to be providing resources and growth and tools for people to be successful. You know, I've been in banking in my past. So 20 years ago, I started my career banking, insurance, until I started my own consulting firm in 1997. And I remember those days where I'd get a performance review, and I had actually learned early on to track my own performance. So I kept a folder of all the things that I did on a regular basis because I knew that if I relied on my leader remembering everything that I did, I wasn't going to get the review that I was going to be happy about. So I always gave my leader in advance, about a month in advance of the review, my information that I had gathered, and it informed and influenced my review. So I actually took control of having the best possible review that I could get. So I was glad that I had learned that early on in my career. But as you progress, and now we look at where we are now, for me it's real-time feedback and in getting that feedback in many ways. So as I said, AI and automation is able to track the data part of most people's jobs and tasks. As a leader, our job is to also provide that contextual feedback and also helping people have the resources to grow. So do we need performance reviews? I'm going to say no, not the way they've been. But I will say the future is exciting as we move more and more into real-time feedback and consistent coaching opportunities. Hope that helps this week. Take care. Bye-bye.